So, you've been through the dark night of the soul and now you're seeing things differently. Congratulations. But how do you deal with people around you that are not spiritually awakened? Hi, and welcome to Spiritual Conversations. Today, we are going to be talking about dealing with people after a spiritual awakening. So, a few issues that I can think of at the top of my head that we are mostly going to face after a spiritual awakening. Number one is not having anyone to talk about it with because no one understands and mostly people don't care. People generally tend to look at those that have spiritually awakened as crazy or going crazy or too sensitive. Number two, friends and family poke fun at you because you're no longer on the same page as them and they find your new logic and concepts funny. Number three, you desperately want them to see things your way, or at least you try to make them see things your way, which leads to a lot of frustration and anger. But at the same time, you're trying to be all love and light. Number four, you no longer have interest in their company but don't know how to avoid them because you feel guilty or you feel bad for avoiding them. Number five, you can no longer bear the injustice around you and you feel the need to do something about it. So, how do we handle this? Through much trial, error, and patience, I have finally learned my lesson and I'm going to share them with you. First, we must understand and accept that nobody cares about your spiritual journey or they don't have interest in your spiritual story. It is the hardest pill to swallow, but it is the truth. Everyone wants you to be on the same page as them, and the moment you're not, you'll get shit thrown at you from all different directions. Some might be subtle, and some might be more harsh in nature. But as spiritual beings, it is important to know and understand the fact that everybody is entitled to their own opinions and choices. We don't have to agree with them, but we don't have to fight them on it either. We just have to see it, know it, and accept it. Also, always protect yourself. It's important to set boundaries with people, and if you can't, then just avoid them altogether. Unfortunately, block and delete becomes your best friend. Because the more you try and explain yourself, the more trouble you will find yourself getting into, or if not trouble, the more frustrated you will find yourself getting. And we don't want that because right after an argument, the guilt sets in, and we don't want any guilt on this journey. It's also important to remember that no matter how bad we feel for somebody, we need to know our place in that situation. And we also need to remember that not everybody wants to be saved. Some just like the noise and the drama. And it is up to us to see and notice these things and know when we need to help and when we need to step away. It's not our job to awaken anyone or force them onto the same spiritual path. You just be you, and if they like what they see, then maybe their curiosity will force them somewhere down the line to choose the same path for themselves. So always lead by example. Remember that spirituality is a choice and not a compulsion. Not everybody can walk the talk. Always remember that spirituality does not put you above anyone else, and it certainly does not make you snobbish. If anything, it makes you more grounded, more down to earth, more understanding because you have been through the pain, you know what pain is, and you don't want to give it to anybody else. And lastly, always be kind because when you have truly healed from the pain, you will never want to give the same pain to anybody, and you will always understand where they are coming from, why they do things the way they do, why they do not see the things that they do not see. Always remember, healed people heal people. So I hope that this short video helps you have a more healthy relationship with the people around you, all while shining your light and spreading your love. Thank you for watching. Love and light.